Hello guys and welcome. As you guys can tell by the thumbnail and title, we're going to be doing a little itch to switch living room makeover in here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you some before clips so you kind of know how it's starting, especially if you're new here. But I am going to go ahead and remove the pillows and get some cleaning done before we get started.
Even try to be real. You won't go fooling me twice now, baby. I'm sorry, that's the way it is. You won't go fooling me twice now.
I knew I was going to be listing all of this furniture for sale, so I like to clean it up before I move it out just so you can get really good pictures and it's nice and clean for the next people. I also shampooed the sofa and love seat, but I completely forgot to film that. I did that the night before. We had bought the new pieces and we knew we could pick them up the next day, so I went ahead and stayed up and got that done. I totally forgot to do clips, but it is really nice if you have a shampooer just to do it real quickly so the next people just get nice, clean, newest furniture that they can get. So you can tell right here everything's clean, it looks nice and new. It's just a good way to send your furniture on. I love just making sure it looks great for the next people, but this is all of it. This is the last time you guys are probably going to see this. I loved this furniture, but when I bought this, I was going more glam, and once I went glam, I realized I like touches of glam, but not full glam. So I'm really loving this Scandinavian. I love that it's cozy and has warm tones. You can see we've gone throughout our entire house with it, like our kitchen, our dining room. So now I'm ready to switch over our living room.
Yeah. Don't you think like that? I will love you endlessly. If you don't believe in me, don't you be like that? I will love you forever.
I seriously loved this coffee table. I know you guys did too. It was just so big and rustic. I don't know, it held so much if you needed it to. I never put a lot on it, but a really nice family got it, and then we have other people coming to look at the sofa and love seat tonight. But here is all the new stuff. Chase's truck has saved us like 1,000 times. We went so many years having to borrow a truck every time we bought something. It's just so nice that he has one now because we never have to pay for delivery and we never have to like inconvenience anyone. So it's just been such a blessing to have that truck. But now we're going to work on just taking the legs off our old furniture so that we can put it in this little hidey hole so they don't get lost and they'll be there for the new family.
I was running to the ocean. I didn't wanna be tied down to nothing. But since I met you, I didn't know it, that underneath it all, you started something on a Saturday.
I know someone's probably going to mention this and they're probably going to say, hey, why didn't you put this in the Airbnb? It's way too ivory and high maintenance to put into any type of rental. Like, it was really hard for us to keep it clean just because it's like a linen material. Now, it did clean up well, but there's no way I would throw this in a rental with like kids and all of that. So we're going to go ahead and sell it. In one of my last videos, I talked about I was having a hard time finding a sofa for the Airbnb, but I finally found one with really cute chairs, and I can't wait for you guys to see it one day soon. I highly suggest some type of rolling system if you're going to do your own delivery, just because you don't have anybody carrying it in and out unless you have help. You may have like sons that can help do it, but if it's just going to be you, definitely get some wheels so it can just like slide right on in. The new furniture is always easy to move in because it's like covered and wrapped and you don't have to worry about getting it dirty, so that's nice. Versus like when you're taking the other stuff out, you have to be really careful, especially when it was that ivory linen. I didn't want it to like hit anything and get dirty.
Then I opened my eyes and I put down my
just in case you're wondering, no, we did not get a new dog. That is George down there. He had to meet a new groomer, and we probably weren't the best fur parents. It's been a long story, but we've had a lot of groomers cancel on us, or they got sick and couldn't get him in, and so it had just been a really long time. So that is Georgette until his little fur grows back out. So if any of you have been furniture shopping lately, you'll know how hard it is to find furniture. Everything is out of stock, and it's not even that I mind waiting, like 4 to 6 weeks, maybe even 8 weeks. But when you ask how long it's gonna take to get something in, it's like 30 to 40 weeks. And I'm like, apparently you don't know me. By then I'll want something completely different. So we had been looking around trying to find something in stock, and I had this vision in my head of what I wanted, and I finally found it, and it was like the wrong size. It wasn't going to fit our living room, but every time we kept going to Mathis Furniture, I kept seeing the sofa, and I'm like, it's exactly what I want, but I don't want ivory. I've had ivory. It was really hard to keep clean. I'm not going to do it. Finally, Chase convinced me, and it is a better fabric. So the last one was linen. This is more like a nice fabric. It is going to be so much easier to clean. I thought it was going to be too bright for the space, but it turned out perfect. So I'm so happy this is the one we ended up with, and it was in stock, on budget. It was a win-win-win. I will say anytime you're shopping in the store, the lighting always looks different than it does in your house, so keep that in mind. Not too long ago, if you guys have been around, I bought furniture and it was like a beautiful gray in the store, and we brought it inside our home and it turned like a light green. So in the store, this looked very ivory and it has that tan in it, and you can see a tan speckle, but when you're in our home, it really brings out some grays, I think because there's gray in our home. So just be very aware of like the colors in your home and your lighting when you're out shopping. It's still super hard, I know, and you can always return it, but furniture is not easy to like completely unload, put in your house, and then return. But you're getting a better glimpse of it here. I love this sectional. It resembles our one from our last house a lot, but the sizing's better for this living room, and I like the wider cushions. I didn't want to do a bunch of like squares. I wanted more like rectangles. I just feel like it looks a little more updated and goes with our style, and I am just in love with it. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down, feel alive. This little piece right here had been needing some pillows, but I feel like all I ever do is buy pillows and I don't get rid of them, so I don't know where they go. But now I had some extra leftovers from our last sofa. I feel like when you have a sectional, you don't need as many pillows, so I just threw those on that piece. I'm going to show you how it's looking now, and then we're going to switch gears, but I've got a lot more to do in this space, so don't click off yet. Now I want to thank dreame for sponsoring this part of today's video. I love anytime a device can help me with cleaning. Now that I work so much, it's really hard, and I've mentioned this several times, but cleaning the floors in this house has been the hardest thing for me to do. They have this amazing RoboVac right here, and you can see it has this really cool attachment, and it actually has a dust bag in it that will store debris up to 65 days. So I love that when it vacuums, I'm not going to immediately have to go and dump dump it out. And another feature that I love about it is it's a vacuum and a mop. So it's a 2-in-1. It can vacuum my floors and mop them at the same time. And what's really cool, it has great suction, which is always a must when you're getting any type of vacuum, and it has an advanced navigation system. So as it cleans, it's learning your house, and you can go in and map it out. Like if I just wanted to vacuum the rug, you can map it out. I'm about to show you on the next slide of what area you want it to work on. So maybe you just got finished eating dinner and you just want it to do the dining room. You can map that out, it'll clean it, and then send itself back home to the docking station where it's gonna charge and empty itself out.
Start charging. Start auto empty.
You can have it work on your entire house, but I feel like it's so helpful that I can mark off areas that I don't want it to go. I wanted to show you how the mopping system works. So all you do is remove this pad and you get it wet in your sink, and then you place it back on, and it hooks so easily to the bottom of the vacuum. This was the first time I had ever flipped it over and was trying to use it, and it was super easy. I'm mapping out right here, or Chase's, you can tell by his fingers, the area I wanted it to mop, and that's what's so nice. Sometimes you don't need the whole house mopped, or you don't want it to get near the rugs. You can draw a little line exactly where you need it, and it's gonna do all the work for you. And even if you have a really large house, it's gonna be great because it has an extra long run time of 150 minutes. That thing can definitely clean longer than I can. So thanks again to Dreame for sponsoring today's video, and thank you so much for creating a product that cleans so I don't have to. I'm going to leave the link and discount code down below in my description box, so be sure and check that out. Beautiful stars, I want to take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me. Now, before we move on to finishing up the living room and putting in a few more pieces, we're going to do some cleaning. We all need some cleaning motivation. And I know you guys look at my house and you're like, it's super clean, Ashley. I want you to know it's not. The camera lies. It is super decluttered and organized, but it's not always clean. I have so much dust in this house and so much white fur from George. You know, they tell you when you get a golden doodle, they don't shed. I think that's if you get the F1B. We have the F1, so he's just half and half. And although he doesn't shed like most dogs, I still have lots of white fur everywhere. So I'm constantly dusting. So that's what I'm gonna work on right here. And yes, I am dusting this plant. You guys always want to know which one are the real ones and fake ones. This one is fake because although it looks really lit up right here, this is the darkest spot of my house. So when the sun's shining in there, it's fine, but the majority of the day, this is just like a really dark area. So it's not good for like a fig leaf plant. So I just have this fake one. It looks great. I can dust it. It's a win-win. You can see this table is clean now. It's not perfect. There are a lot of scratches on it. We bought it used off Craigslist, but I love it. But I have been getting a little itch to spray paint it black. I have not told Chase yet, so he might hear this when I'm editing or when he's watching it. But I really want some black in there, and I think I'd love it. I love the shape of it. I just want it black, and I don't want to rebuy it. So let me know what you think down below in the comments section. And now I'm going to work on these windows because we're kind of working on this living room, and you cannot redo your living room and not have a clean space. And these windows tend to get really dirty. The bottoms get like fingers on them and lots of dog noses. The outside's the hardest part because the entire window gets dirty from top to bottom. We're in like a new neighborhood, so there's a lot of new construction going on. So there's just a lot of dust flying around. So no matter what I do, they don't stay clean. I'm hoping once all the houses are built, that won't be such an issue. I honestly feel like we haven't even got to really enjoy this patio. Ever since we started the renovation, we're just constantly working on the other house, and then Savannah started dance. I'm really hoping by next year we slow down a tad, don't we all say that? And hopefully we can spend a little more time out here.
Stand by you when you're falling, when the river is calling. I said I love you forever. We can make it together. Hey, we can make...
I need to buy that like Windex spray that you hook up to your hose. I'm always fascinated by it, and I think it would help so much to clean these windows and just make it easier. So if that's something you want to see, definitely let me know down below in the comment section, because I'll test it out for us. But now I'm gonna head back inside. Once again, I'm showing you my house does get dusty. It does get dusty. It doesn't get cluttered, but it does get dirty.
Say something meaningful, say something I don't know.
I don't know if this is the same for anybody else, but I feel like I can clean so much more when the weather cools off, when it starts getting chilly. I can light candles, football's on the TV, Chase is in there watching it. I don't know, I feel like I can almost do deeper cleans than I can in the spring. I don't know who set spring cleaning, and that's when I do my deep cleaning, but I feel like I'm more content and happy doing it in the fall when things are cool.
Look at you all night, put you in that.
So here's how the living room's working. We're gonna jump right back in there so we can finish working on it. I had been looking for a coffee table, and I promise you all the ones I were looking at were like on Amazon, and they were like $400 to $800. So I had Chase run me to Home Goods, and I walked in and I found this guy for like $120, and it had some chips on it. So we actually got a 10% discount, which made it even better. It wasn't what I was looking for. I was looking for a solid wood piece, and I found this, and something just caught my eye. So I thought, you know what, this sofa wasn't really what I was expecting. Let me just try this, and if not, I'll return it, and I love it. So what's funny about this space is I'm loving how it's turning out, but neither one of those pieces are what I had in mind when I was like envisioning this space.
To me, I think I'm going crazy. Oh, I just want you now.
I know you guys keep seeing these pillows pop up in my videos, so I showed you when I bought them, and then I staged them on our back patio makeover. I knew they weren't going to stay out there, they were too nice, but I don't have like a matching set to put out there yet. I'm still on the hunt. And there's something about having all this inventory in my garage that's going to the Airbnb. I can just shop my garage now. It's like shopping my house on steroids. I'm going to be so thankful when I have my garage back, but I'm also going to be so sad just because I have so much new stuff out there. Anytime I get the itch to switch, I just like walk outside, grab something. Savannah and Chase are always like, Mommy or Ashley, quit that. But it has been so much fun. I really will miss it, and I really will be super excited when it's gone all at the same time.
I'll sing until my lungs give out, you're beautiful.
So if you've been around for a little while, you'll know that I had like this rock stone on my last coffee table, and I had bought it when I went shopping at another YouTuber's house. She moved here from California. If you guys know who I'm talking about, it's Rebecca. She has an amazing channel here. I can link it for you guys. But it wasn't working on this table, and we named our Airbnb, I guess I'm revealing the name here. It's going to be the Modern Jewel at the Gathering Place, just because it's like an old gym, but we're making it fresh and new. I thought that piece would be really cool to put over at that house as like the jewel. Plus, if you guys know Rebecca and didn't get the opportunity to go into her house shopping, you can just see that piece and enjoy it while you're there. We aren't finished yet. I still have one more DIY project I want to do, so don't click off so you guys can see what I'm up to now. now we're gonna move on to my TV stand. I feel like I have like 6 videos about this TV stand. I feel like it used to be a dresser we painted, and then we've added new hardware. One of you guys suggested adding like feet to it, and that really turned it more into a TV stand rather than a dresser, which I loved. But I just don't love the look perfectly for this space, but I also don't want to spend an arm and a leg. So until I find something, I just like to make my pieces work. So that's what we're going to do right here. Sometimes you just need to work with what you have, whether you can't find the piece you want, or you don't have the budget yet to get something new, or you just can't find it. Maybe it's not in stores. Sometimes that involves painting, sometimes that involves new feet, sometimes it is as simple and inexpensive of new hardware. So I ordered this stuff on Amazon. It literally came the next day, and you can see right here already, it doesn't matter which style you like best, it changes the style of the dresser. So sometimes just getting new hardware is all you need. It's super inexpensive, and it'll help update your space and create more of the mood that you're needing. Okay, so you guys will have to let me know what you guys think about today's living room makeover. I am going to have to do something with the feet. You guys can see they're like gold and the rest is black, so I'll probably just paint those. I'll probably take them off and spray paint them or tape it up. I'm not really sure yet. That'll be a future video, but I do want to thank Dreame again for sponsoring today's video and bringing you guys free content. Thank you so much. Like I said, their link and coupon code is going to be down below in my description box. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and thank you for staying until the very end of today's video. It helps me out so much. I love you guys so much. I'm praying for you. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
So I know I'll see you next time. So I know I'll see you